Hi Cancer, Sun, Moon, Ascendant, or Venus. This is Dane, and I'm going to be doing your Winter Solstice 2021 reading for you. Now I ask if this reading resonates with you, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. If you're interested in any of the cards that I'm using, they will be listed and linked in the description box below. Now before we begin this reading, let us clear the energy space, raising our own energy vibration and releasing any negativity. So take a nice deep breath in, exhaling whenever it feels comfortable for you. Releasing all negativity from the body like storm clouds. Letting yourself feel calm, centered, and at peace as we enter into this safe and loving space. Let's see what the tarot has to say. How will Cancer be affected by the Winter Solstice 2021? Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Angels and spirit guides. At the bottom is our rooted self. The left-hand side is our inner self. The middle, our heart, our emotional self. The right-hand side, the public arena, the public self. So let's see what the cards have to say. We have Temperance, which is a Sagittarius energy coming forward, and we have Strength, which is Leo energy. So if we have Sagittarius or Leo within our natal chart, this comes through very strongly at our root and as a root form of our personality. Then we have the Four of Swords, the Three of Coins, and the King of Coins. The King of Coins is Earth sign energy, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. So if we have Earth sign energy within our natal chart, that comes through very powerfully here in our inner self. In our emotional self, we have the Emperor and we have the Empress. That's absolutely beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. So the Emperor and the Empress are soulmate connection, true love connection coming forward. The Emperor is also Aries energy. So if we have Aries within our natal chart, that comes through very powerfully here at our heart and as part of our emotional self. So we can find ourselves a little bit hot-tempered, Cancer, so just be mindful of that. But there's this beautiful coming together. We have Judgment, and we have the Knight of Cups, which is water sign energy, which is us. So we're coming through as defenders in the public arena, and that's absolutely beautiful. So let's see the energy we need to be mindful of. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. We have the Princess of Swords. This is air sign energy, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. We have to be very mindful of somebody being very immature with their words, the way that they say things, the way that they word things, the way that they are expressing themselves is going to be very immature and very hurtful. So just be mindful of this during this time. Then we have our chakra energy. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. This is universal light. This is the soul star chakra located 6 inches above our crown. This is inspiration. This is brilliance coming forward. This is passion guiding us. And that's going to be absolutely brilliant. That's brilliant energy to be working with during this time. Now, before we dive into everything that the tarot has to offer us, let's look astrologically at what's going on during this winter solstice on the 21st of December. So the winter solstice is the longest night of the year. It is celebrated as the rebirth of life, a time of letting go of anything that doesn't align with our higher purpose, with our higher goals. This is going to especially affect the way that we connect with ourselves emotionally. So just be aware of that. We are given this time to look at our fears and what has been holding us back to what we want to be, or what has been holding us back and what has been challenging us, what we would like to change within our lives, how we'd like to move forward. We're also going to be caught between the energy of freedom and of responsibilities, okay, of authority. So this is going to be something that's rather intense. So what we're looking at here is we're looking at this contrary energy of Saturn and Uranus. Now we have Sagittarius energy here at our root coming through also, and we're going to get to that in a minute. I just jumped ahead of myself. So just be mindful of this here. Saturn and Uranus. Saturn brings the authority, Uranus brings the freedom. And what we have is right before the 21st of December, right before the winter solstice, on the 20th of December, we have Mercury semi-sextile Saturn, and we have Mercury trine Uranus, meaning that brought into our conscious sphere of thought and, communication is the authority of Saturn and the freedom of Uranus. Now, we also have on the 24th of December, Christmas Eve for all who celebrate, we have Saturn squared Uranus. Now, this energy has been caught up with the winter solstice. The winter solstice on this time of rebirth, on this longest night of the year, as we're contemplating so much, as we're looking at what we're aligning with, as we're looking at our fears, as we're looking at what holds us back, the energy of freedom and the energy of authority comes forward. And those are going to be the two places that we really focus on during this winter solstice. And that's going to be true for everybody. This is amplified, okay, by the fact that the sun is moving from Sagittarius into Capricorn. And Capricorn energy for us Cancer, is our sister sign. It is an energy that really tests us. It can be the best thing in the whole entire world. You could be, as close as sisters, right? Just absolutely love and adore each other. But if you have a sister, you also know that person can get on your nerves like nobody else. So it can also be a challenging energy for us. The temperance with the Sagittarius energy, that's going to be quite powerful for us. And Sagittarius energy is aligning itself with the energy of Uranus during this time, because Sagittarius is outspoken, it's optimistic, it's it's extroverted. It's going to be that freedom that Uranus is bringing forward. Now, Capricorn energy is aligning itself with Saturn. Or actually, Capricorn is ruled by Saturn. And this is the energy of hard work, responsibility, and ambition. So we need to find a way to kind of marry the two of these during this time. And we're not really going to like change. We're not going to want things to be different. We're going to want to surround ourselves with people that we know. We're going to surround ourselves with things that are really comfortable and routine. This is actually going to be a time for us that we kind of need to step out of our comfort zone and look at how we want to move forward for our happiness and for our prosperity for 2022. And 2022 is the angel number 222, the angel number of new beginnings. And so this is a time for us where we're learning how to balance what it is that we deeply desire for our new beginnings to come forward, for our passion to come forward, for our creativity to come forward, for us to embrace what we want, where we want to be, and what we desire for our lives. There's also going to be a sense here of harmony being number one for us. Cancer, we're quieter people, and we need to embrace that quiet. We need to embrace that introspection, the thought, the look, the understanding, and it brings us to this place of strength as we're balancing our waters. This place of strength is the intensity of the tiger and the vulnerability of the woman. So a tiger could easily maul her, right? She could be taken down instantaneously, but it's because of love that they are walking side by side. It's not because she's having this big whip or, these big chains and, all this other stuff, or he's drugged or anything like that. It's not through physical force. It's not through manipulation. What it is through is love, respect, and kindness. And that's going to be the balancing factor for us during this time: our love, our respect, our kindness, our power to move forward to where it is that we really need to be. The Five of Swords is showing us that we're going to be facing challenges during this time that we have faced before. These challenges can be intense. These challenges can be also just the assertion of ourselves, where we want to be, how we want to move forward, what we love in our lives, what we want in our lives, who we are, and where we're headed. There is so much power here. Are we embracing it? Are we seeing it? There's so much intensity here. Are we falling back into old patterns? Are we letting people take advantage of us? This is a time where we gather up our swords. We gather up what we've won, and we do not apologize to others. We say, this is who I am. This is what needs to be done. You either follow these rules or you can get out of my life, type of thing. Maybe not that intense, or, it's kind of like, or you don't have to be playing in this field, or you don't have to be, doing this. This is going to be something that is hard for us to do. We're going to feel like it's mean, but sometimes you really need to lay down base hard rules. And as you do so, you start to see yourself taking back your power. Now, this doesn't mean that we are, rude to those that we love. It means that we are assertive in what we desire within our lives. And it brings us to the Three of Coins. It brings us to a connection to prosperity that is building as we are evolving. The evolution of the Three of Coins, we can see it as the traditional mythological, maiden, mother, crone aspect of life and of self, but we can also see it as the more encompassing, child, adult, and then wisdom as we obtain it as we mature. And what we're going to see here are the different avenues of success, the different experiences of success that we are embracing during this time. We're also going to see an opening of the door of ourselves, of where we need to be, of where we want to be. This is going to be a time of working with others. This is also going to be a time of connecting with more people than we usually connect with. And it leads us to the King of Coins. It leads us to prosperity. It leads us to success. It leads us to bounty. It leads us to opening the door in a very real way and saying, these are the seeds that I'm planting. This is what I desire in my life. This is how I'm moving forward. And the winter solstice, with its quiet, with its contemplation, with its brilliance, really leads us to understanding ourselves, what we want, what we long for, and where it is that we need to be. Our world is so lit up. It's always so loud, and that makes sense. We human beings are sight hunters. So of course we're going to light up the world. Of course we're going to make it so that we play towards our strength, which for all, of course, who can see is sight hunting. That's the first thing that develops within a human being when a baby is born. Their eyes, when they're born, they open their eyes first, and then their ears clear out, and their sense of smell develops last. So here what we're going to have is, as we're planting these seeds, as we're embracing what we desire, we need to alleviate all external, senses, and really step into ourselves, what we want, what we desire. And that could be, just sitting in the quiet, sitting in the dark, sitting outside at night, and letting ourselves open to what we want. Now, if you live in a cold climate like me, you might be thinking, oh my gosh, that's ridiculous to sit outside, but you'll actually find it invigorating. It's powerful to embrace the cold. It really is. And it really is powerfully life-changing. So here, when we are embracing our prosperity, we're seeing ourselves move forward in a very different way. And it brings us to the Emperor. It brings us to this place of power and authority. The Emperor and the Empress, they're the powerhouse, right? They're the ultimate power couple. And what we're seeing here is we're seeing the sacred feminine aspect of ourselves and the sacred masculine aspect of ourselves coming forward. We're seeing the authority and the intensity and the desire of our lives shining forward. Our heart is on point. We need to listen to ourselves emotionally. We need to see, where is it that I want to be? How is it that I want to move forward? What is it that I love? What is it that I desire? And that becomes the turning point for us. We're also going to find ourselves being very assertive, very connected, very much needing to say, this is what I want, this is where I'm going, this is what is right for me, period. End of discussion. It might be making harder decisions than we want to, but it's going to be something that's really beautifully powerful for us. The Empress claims a throne she never thought she had, or she never knew she had. She claims a voice that has been silenced. And the Emperor says, I get to lead the way. This is the power of what I need to do. We're also birthing forward something during this time that needs to come forward from us. This is some sort of creativity. This is some sort of inspiration. This is something that we've been building up within us. But we've always thought, okay, tomorrow I'll do this, or I'll get there, next year. The time of new beginnings is the time to say, you know what? I'm going to try something extraordinary. I'm going to turn the world on its head. I'm going to look at things so differently that it becomes inspiring, that it becomes, new opportunities, that I look at everything that has inspired me and I say, well, why not try? Why not try? Why not open up the door? Judgment is coming in. We're rising like a phoenix from the ashes. We're rising into our power and what it is that we want. We're hearing a greater call. Answer it. We're going to be so afraid to answer it because there's going to be a sense of, well, what if this is just nonsense? What if I'm just making things up in my head? What if I think I'm better than I actually am? What if you are better than you actually think you are? What if there's power and creativity to you that as you start to nurture it, as you start to, gain confidence and confidence, it moves you forward? What if we look at the scars that have been holding us back and we start to look at things in a different light? We start to look at things in a different way. And we start to see ourselves breaking free because we're making revelations, because we're not afraid anymore. And it brings us to the Knight of Cups. In the public arena, we are the warrior of what we deeply love, but we are also the person who is moving towards their goals, their desires, and where it is that we need to be for us. This is a time where we're embracing our heart, where we are inspired, where we are inspiring others. This is not a time to hide away. This is a time to see, to connect, to contemplate, and then to absolutely burst forward in this world unapologetically and so intensely beautifully. Our subconscious energy to be mindful of is the Queen of Swords. This is that same verbal manipulation that comes forward, but this is just a bit more skilled. This is a person who will give a compliment and take that compliment away, give a compliment and give an insult in the exact same breath. This is going to be a person who manipulates their words and who can cut you to the very bone with a look and with a single word. So just be mindful of this. It moves us to our subconscious chakra energy, and that is peace. That is our crown chakra. We need at this time to be crowned in peace, to be crowned in harmony. We need to look at what we're crowning ourselves with, what we're filling our thoughts with, and say, does this promote my peace or does this not? And if it doesn't, we need to release it. It moves us to our subconscious energy to be our subconscious rooted energy, and that is the High Priestess. We have the Empress and we have the High Priestess, beautiful sacred feminine energy here, but also beautiful revelations that are helping us birth forward our power, that are helping us bring within us what needs to shine forward, but what we have been too afraid to let shine. This is a time where we're not going to be able to lie to ourselves. We're not going to be able to take other people's lies. It's going to be like, no, this is the truth. This is what needs to be seen. This is how we need to move forward. And I'm not going to step back. I'm not going to be silenced. I am moving towards the passion and the power that is me. It brings us to our subconscious inner self. And this is the chariot. This is us. This is the essence of ourselves. We're represented by the cups in the minor arcana. We're represented by the chariot in the major arcana. We are inspired. We are determined. We are focused. We need to connect with our subconscious and conscious self and say, I am not being held back. I'm looking and seeing what I need emotionally, internally, and what I need externally, and where I don't feel comfortable in my waking world, like where the body and the soul aren't aligning, and I'm connecting. I'm connecting with that energy. I'm connecting with the power that is me. I am moving myself forward with determination, focus, and insight. It brings us. Also, the chariot, a charioteer, that was a person of significant importance. That was a king, a queen, a pharaoh. Nobody rode a chariot that was of a lower class, that was, not a powerful person. So we need to see ourselves as that charioteer, as that powerhouse, as that determination, as that focus. And it brings us to our subconscious emotional self. And that is the sun. That is the radiant sun, the happiest card within the whole entire deck. Your heart couldn't be better at this time because you have the Emperor and the Empress. You have this beautiful connection. You have this beautiful creativity coming forward, this intensity, this power, this sense of I need to create and I am not afraid to embrace the waking world openly, honestly, and unapologetically charging forward in the power and in the essence that is me. I'm here to take the world by storm, and as I do so, I shine. I'm radiant. Now, people will take us by eyes absolutely, absolutely, because they see this energy coming in and they think, oh no, like, why do you get to shine so bright? Why do you get to have all this success? Why can't it be me? And it's fine, like, everybody gets jealous, right? But when people actively try to sabotage us, when people try to knock us down emotionally, spiritually, this is going to be something that we need to fight against. And it's not going to be in our nature. We're going to think, oh, I'll just let that go. And Spirit's saying here, no, let yourself shine and do not apologize for it and call people out when they're being jerks. It moves us to our subconscious public arena self. And that is the Page of Coins. We are a student of our prosperity. We are a student of our abundance. We are looking at, we're looking at wealth in different ways. We're going to be trying different ways forward. We're going to be looking at things and saying the old rules don't apply anymore. This is a different world. This is a different way of connecting. I follow somebody on YouTube. She's in her 80s. I think her channel is Life After 60 or something to that effect. I'm not entirely sure, but if you want to, check her out. And she just talks about growing older. She talks about like the hard things, the beautiful things, and everything in between. And she has her own book out. She's quite successful, and she's in her 80s. So this is a time where we can take a different career path. We can do something that is out of our comfort zone, or that we always thought of, or that seemed silly or out there, and now say, well, why not? And give it a try and see what happens. We are becoming a student of prosperity and abundance. And it's not, oh, I can't. It's like, why not? And let me look into that deeper. I like this. I like this a lot, Cancer. Okay. I hope this reading has resonated with you. I wish you nothing but light, love, peace, and happiness. May harmony always be with you. I'm sending loving, healing energy to each and every one of you. I love you all, and stay safe. Let's end this reading with a meditation, a clearing away of negative energy, a raising of our positive energy as we embrace the power and the intensity of this winter solstice. So let's take a nice deep breath in, exhaling whenever it feels comfortable for you. May you move forward in peace and in harmony, Cancer, and may you have a blessed winter solstice.